Welcome to another episode of the Taxverse podcast experience from CrossLink Professional Tax Solutions. I'm your host, Zach Kreitz, of the podcast that helps tax businesses and entrepreneurs grow their community, generate more revenue, and expand their knowledge. If you are a first-time listener, please consider subscribing to the podcast wherever you listen to content. Did you know that our podcast is recorded in video format? You can catch all our episodes over on our YouTube channel, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss another episode. In today's episode, I have the privilege of speaking with one of our senior marketing managers here at CrossLink, Justin Gray. Justin has been a crucial piece to our success over the years, and with that, he brings an extensive amount of knowledge, experience, and a level of professionalism that is unmatched. In today's episode, I will speak to Justin about this year's in-person IRS nationwide tax forums and what can be expected going in, and also what has changed over the years. Again, thanks for listening to the podcast. Now, let's get into the episode. Hey, Justin, how's it going?
Good, Zach. How are you?
Pretty good, man. I'm recording today's episode from the house. There's a little construction going on at the office, so I'm glad you were able to join me and discuss some of the shows that we got going on this summer, and obviously the big one that we want to discuss is the IRS nationwide tax forums. So why don't you start off, Justin? Just tell me a little bit about like your background, like not really like how long you've been working for CrossLink, but how long you've been like coordinating events for the IRS shows.
Yeah, so events is actually where I got my start out of college to begin with. So I've been doing the trade shows and events for CrossLink since I came on board back in 2009. So
okay,
yeah, so I've been doing this for a while now. So many years.
Yeah, and it's this year's especially good because now it's back in person. I'm not breaking any news here, but it's been a minute since they've been in person. When was the last one that was in person?
Yeah, so the last time we had in-person shows, at least for the IRS Tax Forums, was 2019. So we've gone 3 whole years without being able to see anybody face to face. IRS did a great job stepping up and putting a virtual tax form in place the last 3 years. It went well, but it's not the same. Definitely not the same experience. I don't think people get as much out of it. I know we like to see all of our customers and everybody in person. It's a lot easier to just have those face-to-face conversations about things, show them all the new features in the software, in person versus, scheduling a online demo. We're really excited to get back to in person this year.
Are you looking for a professional tax preparation solution that provides multiple revenue streams for your business? CrossLink's suite of products offers its customers a variety of options to be successful this tax season. Whether you prefer a desktop solution for your business or an online solution for a more mobile approach, CrossLink has you covered. Contact us today to find out all the ways we can help you generate more revenue this tax season. Nice. And let's just go right into like this year's location. Where are they? How many are they having? Where are they at? And how can people find them?
Yeah, so let's see. So the first show this year, at least that we're going to be attending, is actually the Latino Tax Fest. That's going to be in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand, and that's that takes place July, I think, 10th through the 13th. And so we'll definitely be there for that. But then that same week, the IRS Nationwide Tax Forum kicks their shows off in New Orleans. So that same week, July 11th through the 13th is that show. So if you don't want to go to Vegas, or if you're on the East Coast, you don't want to fly all the way across the country, just head over to New Orleans. and you can attend the first IRS show of the year, or since 2019, um, at at New Orleans there. Then after that, they go to Atlanta, and then so that's July 25th through the 27th. Then National Harbor, which is basically Washington D.C., that's August 8th through the 10th. Then they go back to the West Coast to San Diego. That one is August 22nd through the 24th. And then they finish everything up at our other home office in Orlando. The end of August, that's the 29th through the 31st.
Okay. So were these similar spots as in like 2019? Is that where they hosted them before?
Yeah, pretty much. The IRS they always do Orlando, they always do San Diego and DC. Then the other two are usually switched out between either New Orleans or Dallas or Atlanta or Chicago. So they try and hit, all parts of the country as best they can. So yeah.
I've only been to a couple, but what about the pricing for someone that's never been before? Is it a lot to get registered for these?
No, it's really not too bad. The cost of registration for the IRS Tax Forums, I think right now, actually, they have their early bird registration special going on until I believe middle of June, like June 15th. So right now you can actually register for like $245. Then after June 15th, it bumps up to the standard rate of $299, which really isn't good considering the information that you're getting. If you need those continuing education credits, it's a great way to do that. And then if you're a procrastinator and you register late, I think the registration jumps up to like $380 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not going to break you, but I mean, that's a good thing to pay attention to when you're looking to sign up for these things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the registration. Of course, you need a hotel and flight. You got to get there. Cost of food and all that as well.
What would your recommendation be for like hotel? Let's say, I'm a tax business. Would you want to stay in the same place as the trade shows, or would you want to try to get away from there?
No, I would say try and get in the same hotel that the tax forum is in. Just makes it way more convenient. Usually there's a little bit of a price break on the hotels if you register through the tax forums. So yeah, like I said, they're usually good hotels, safe and all that. So for me personally, yeah, if you can stay in the same hotel. San Diego is a little bit different story, although I've heard that they've been renovating that hotel, so I haven't seen it. But yeah, no, I would try to get in the same hotel if you can.
And early, is it crowded? I mean, is there probably book out?
Yeah, no, I would book as soon as you can. Absolutely, yeah, because they typically the hotels will sell out, and some of the locations, especially some of the smaller shows like San Diego, those, just for the tax form itself, those fill up really quickly. Those end up selling out a lot of times. So if you're going to attend one of those, I would definitely register sooner rather than later.
Right, because that's probably the only one on the West Coast, so a lot of people jump on that one. Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, switching some gears here. If I was a brand new tax ERO or business, what are some of the things I can look forward to by attending these? Obviously, they have the continuing education credits. But on top of that, what are some of the other benefits of these things?
Yeah, for a new ERO or tax business, you're going there to get the benefits of learning the latest tax laws and industry news straight from the IRS or industry professionals. But you also get the opportunity to network with other industry professionals. So you'd be able to maybe meet with veterans of the industry, find out some tips that can help you, in your business in future years. But then you can also head down to the exhibit hall, and for a new ERO or tax professional, that's really where you're going to be able to demo all the different types of software out there, find the best fit for your business. You can meet with banks, find a good banking partner that you can offer refund transfers or refund advances with, which is another way to help grow your revenue. And then meet with other industry vendors, find other different resources that can help your business, find other solutions to help you generate more revenue, like audit protection services, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably the biggest benefits for a new ERO or tax business to go to these shows.
Is there anything that would be different for someone that's been in the game for a while now, to benefit them? I mean, obviously this first in-person is probably just a big time for everyone just to come back up and meet.
Right.
But do you see anything for, those people that have been in the business for a while?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's still, everything I just said for new businesses still applies to, all the veteran EROs and tax businesses. But then for the veterans, it's really opportunity to continue to expand your tax knowledge, again, by going to those sessions, learning from the IRS about the newest industry news or tax laws that are coming out. Get those continuing education credits, like we say, if you need those. Speak to the IRS directly. They have case resolution at the shows. So if you have any outstanding or unresolved cases that, that you need to work with the IRS on or with, you can do that there. Again, meeting with your software or banking solution providers, get any questions or concerns answered that you had from the previous tax season, find out some of the new features that are going to be coming out in the coming tax season. Any other new offers that they have. A lot of times, you can even get like an early registration discount for certain products. So the tax forums is a good place to go for that, to help you save some money. See anything new that may be out there in the marketplace that you haven't seen yet or is just coming out. And again, networking with your fellow tax professionals, see what worked for them in the past tax season that maybe you didn't implement in your own business.
Do you anticipate anything being different since the pandemic? Obviously, there's going to be some people probably that still don't attend in person, but do you see anything that would maybe have changed from years past, or would it be similar?
I think that it's going to be pretty similar to how it was in the past. I think we're at a point now where it'll be just about the same. If anything, I think there'll be a bigger focus on maybe cleanliness and hygiene during some of the events.
Always.
But probably a lot more hand sanitizer stations out there. But yeah, other than that, no, I think it'll be pretty similar to how it was before.
Cool. You got a favorite food spot at any of these?
Oh, I mean, if you want to talk about food spots, okay. Let's see. Well, so if you're in Las Vegas for the Latino Tax Fest, it's Las Vegas. So, I mean, you're surrounded by amazing restaurants. Just pick a spot and you'll find one there. New Orleans, I mean, you got to go to Cafe Du Monde for the beignets, right? You got to find, again, there's a bunch of great places there for some good Creole food. Maybe some crawfish etouffee or some redfish dishes, something like that. Shrimp or fried oyster po' boy sandwich. Those are kind of like the must you got to hit while you're in New Orleans. Atlanta, I haven't been to Atlanta in a long time, so need some suggestions for restaurants to hit up there.
There you go. Leave them in the comments, people.
Yeah, please leave some good Hotlanta restaurant recommendations in the comments below. Let's see. Then after that, after Atlanta, so you got National Harbor. You got to get a lobster roll sandwich from Mason's. Inside the hotel, there's some good spots, for convenient eating. But yeah, the lobster sandwiches from Mason's right there in National Harbor, those are really good. If you head over to the MGM Casino there in National Harbor, there's some really good restaurants in there too. Plenty of good options. DC's is a bunch of great options too. If you venture out a little bit further from National Harbor into DC, tons of good restaurants there. Then let's see. Then you got San Diego. I mean, you got to go to Old Town for some good, authentic California Mexican cuisine. That's a must. Then, if you have time, head down to the water, get some good fresh seafood. And then let's see, Orlando. Orlando's pretty much got everything. So, anything you can think of. There's a good restaurant inside the hotel. I know. Was that Fiorenzo? I think. That's a good place to eat. Then you can actually walk right down the street, which is a nice thing about the having it at the Hyatt Orlando. Right down the street, there's a whole bunch of different restaurants. Pretty much any kind of cuisine you want, you can find there. But then, yeah, like I said, it's Orlando. They've got like everything there, so
yeah,
you can find whatever it is you're looking for.
Nice. That's some nice intel there.
Yeah, it's the one thing I definitely know.
That's good. So I appreciate you coming on to the show. And just before we leave, and I just wanted to reiterate which shows we will be attending this season.
Yeah. So as of right now, if you head over to the CrossLink website under the events tab and then trade shows and events, click on that page. You can see all the shows that we're going to be attending. You can actually fill out a form and schedule a meeting with us at one of those shows. And then so the ones that we'll be attending will be at the Latino Tax Fest in Las Vegas. And then we'll be at all of the IRS Tax Forums. So New Orleans, Atlanta, National Harbor, San Diego, Orlando. We'll be at all those this year. May add another couple more onto that schedule. Not sure yet, but those are definitely the ones as of right now that you can catch us at.
Nice. Well, I'm sure you're happy to be back in person at all these events and kind of get those old, relationships back together and have a good time and continue on. So I really appreciate you jumping on here, Justin, and hopefully we can get you back on here, man.
Absolutely. Now looking forward to this year and seeing everybody out there again.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin.
Yep. Take care, Zach.
Have a good one. See ya.
I hope this episode was beneficial to you. And if it was, please leave us a 5-star review. And if you're looking to register for one of the IRS nationwide tax forums, take a look at our page at crosslinktax.com and click on events. Thank you for listening to another episode of the TaxVerse podcast experience. I'm the host, Zach Kreitz, and I will catch you on the next one.